Hello everybody, it's time for yet another Let's Look At, and today we are taking a look at the alpha weekend of Evolve by Turtle Rock Studios, the people who brought you Left 4 Dead 2, I believe, published by 2K Games. This is me playing in the background, however this is post-commentary because I wanted to focus on learning how to play the actual game. If you don't know what it is, think Left 4 Dead but a bit more asymmetrical. The versus mode specifically. One person plays as the monster, and you are currently watching my first ever game as the monster, and bloody hell was I intimidated. Because I mean it is a bit intimidating, you're by yourself, whereas you're against a team of 4 hunters. And the general idea is that the monster must elude the hunters and eat wildlife in order to evolve and grow stronger. The thought being that once you reach your final evolution, you're maybe not even on par with the hunters, you're above the hunters. And that gives you a couple of outs for how you win the game. And do keep in mind that everything you are seeing is alpha. There is some bugs, however I deliberately waited until there was a little rollout to fix some of the issues that plagued the game as soon as the alpha went live, such as too many people joining the game, and if more than 5 people try and play a 5-player game, bad things happen, put it that way. So currently you're watching just the very start of this game where I was playing as a monster. Then we'll get into a full game of me playing on the hunter side as the Assault, which is one of the 4 classes. The other classes are Medic, Support and Trapper. I'll talk a bit about them as we watch this match, but I'll save the Assault that I was actually playing as until that match, because that gives us a bit more to talk about. So I'm wandering around just trying to get away. You want to use your sniff ability in order to see where the hunters are, but also where the wildlife is that you can eat. And there is actually lots of AI controlled wildlife in this arena. It's a very nice looking game, by the way. There's elite wild monsters as well, which even the monster struggles to take care of until you get to your higher evolutions. And I guess we can go over the HUD a little bit here while I'm skulking around. Along the top there, the red health bar, well I just said what it is, didn't I? I just said it. It's health bar, it's my health bar, but that does not regen. Well, when you evolve you get a little bit of health back, but I think it's more that your maximum health increases rather than you're getting health back. But the blue bar above it is armor, and you build up armor for your current evolution by the process of eating. So you work towards your evolution by eating, but you also give yourself armor. And armor you can replenish by eating more. So say you do get jumped by the hunters early on, assuming you can escape, you can do what I'm doing now, you know, knock down the wildlife, eat towards your evolution, but also, assuming I didn't have max armor, but I do here, it would also restore a little bit of that. So as the monster, given that you're a big stompy leapy monster, you would think that you can be very brazen, but I find, at least in the time I was trying it, that skulking is definitely kind of like your best bet. I'm using my abilities here just to try and learn them as well. Also I just got caught by the Assault there and he's alerted them. The hunters can ping each other when they see the monster and give chase. I was actually surprised how slow the monster is. I should have got the charge ability when you start playing as the monster, of which there is 2 in the alpha. I only tried this one though, the Goliath that I'm playing as right now. The full game will have more. He's surprisingly slow other than his leap, but you can only leap I think 3 or 4 times in a row and then you get knackered for a little while, so you can't really just keep it up. But when you first pick whichever monster you're playing as, you get a couple of points or 3 points to spend in your base abilities, and Goliath's abilities are Chuck a Rock, so think like the tank a little bit there. Flamethrower Breath, which is very, I'm doing it there on the wildlife, they're very handy for killing lots of small enemies to nom on them. A flying AoE blast leap thing, and then also a charge. Now I was stupid and didn't put any points into charge because I thought I just need flamethrower, and although the charge isn't very long, it does give you that big boost of speed that I think might have made the difference. So anyway, I decided that I was far enough away from the hunters and they'd lost my trail that I could evolve here, so you get a couple more points to put into your abilities. And do I get some in charge this time? No, I put them all into the blooming flamethrower breath and rock through that throw. That was a mistake. I like doing post-commentary because I get to criticise myself. It will save the internet doing it on my behalf. And also I remember from this match, yeah, did you see one of the hunters up on the wall there? This is me about to get trapped. So this is one of the Trapper's abilities. He can lay down like a battle dome. And I bet 9 out of 10 people who are covering this game and the alpha weekend, when this kind of thing happens, will quote Rorschach from The Watchmen. So I won't do it, but believe me, I thought it. That particular quote when he's in prison. So yeah, I'm stuck in here. Now, the trapper can bring it down early, say if you miss and you don't trap the monster, you just trap your teammates. So I've got no choice but to defend here, and you'll notice that my armour went down pretty quick, because I'm not very strong in even second evolution either, and any health damage I take is permanent. I won't be getting that back except a little bit when/if I reach stage 3. So I'm trying to pick on targets that are just low on health here. My mistake playing as the monster was most definitely not identifying the healer. I actually found it very difficult to spot who the healer was. It's the sniper, as it turns out, but this was my first game as a monster, so I found it a little bit difficult to determine which hunter was which, because I hadn't played as them all at this point. I'd played as the trapper at this point. I still, to this date, haven't played as the medic. When you set up a game, you get given the choice of listing your roles, either trapper, medic, assault, support, monster, from most want to play as to least, and I always have medic at the bottom, and as of yet it hasn't put me as medic, so it kind of works. I mean, it can't promise to give you what you want, but it tries. So when the dome that the trapper laid down went off there, I just did a runner, because I lost a lot of health, comparatively, I suppose, considering it won't come back, and I'm trying to lose them. You don't leave tracks if you're walking through water, and you don't leave tracks if you're crouching. However, when you eat, you either bug the birds, which makes a noise cue for the hunters, or you actually attract them to eat the carrion that you've left behind. This is me deliberately finding water to lose them here, although there's an elite enemy in there I think can actually grab the hunters and maybe even insta-kill them. So I suppose I should talk a bit about win conditions as well. As you might expect, if the hunters kill the monster, they win. So how does the monster win? Well, he can kill all the hunters, but you have to kill them all within a set period, because if a hunter dies, and there is a revive system, same as Left 4 Dead, 3 times and you're out. A dropship comes down every 5 minutes, assuming someone's dead, I think. But if the monster can kill everybody before another dropship arrives to drop people who are already dead off, he wins. The other win condition is reach your final evolution. And by the way, this is me fighting one of the elite monsters in the background here, because you get a ton of food off of him and evolution points, as you'll see in a second here. So the other way to win is reach your final evolution form, and then a generator becomes accessible, and if you get to it without being attacked, you can just hold a button down and the monster just smashes the crap out of it, and if you manage to successfully fully destroy it, then you win automatically. However, if any of the hunters shoot you, you can't do the animation for damaging the generator. And that comes into play at the end of this game in a way that I think actually shows a little bit of imbalance, possibly. I'm not sure what the monster can do about a certain scenario that these hunters did to me, but we'll get to that when we get there. I think we're about halfway through the match now. The matches, by and large, are very rarely over 15 minutes, which is a good thing, I think. Also, I accidentally broke down that vent there and I discovered the way. There's the generator right next to me on my left now. The power relay, sorry, I'm calling it generator. It's not accessible unless you're in your final evolution though. So what I'm doing here is I'm just trying to get away from them again, and still, I remember being frustrated at this point about my maximum speed. I was just thinking to myself, they're faster than me, how the hell am I supposed to get away from them? And that's why now I'm spamming leap, but I think I get knackered around about here. But I am nearing the final evolution stage, I believe. Don't have much armour though, and they are still on my R, so that's why I came back to the water, because I can move at full speed without leaving tracks. And the tracks get highlighted on the hunter's side. You'll see when you see the match after this one, where I'm playing as one of them. You get all kind of HUD cues, and not enough people use the ping, I will say that. Not everybody seems to use it effectively, the hunters have. Just to ping either the direction you know the monster's heading in, or it turns red automatically if you're pinging the actual monster player. So this is me skulking again because I was getting a bit worried, and I go into like full stealth here I think for a little while. You just hold shift as the monster to clamber up stuff, although it claims you can clamber over almost everything. That's technically true, but I wanted to like clamber up the wall of the main building in the stage. You can't do that, which is a bit of a shame, although I understand why. Because the hunters have jetpacks to get like super jumps, but they wouldn't get you that high. So me eating this, or killing and eating this, has attracted those birds, so now the hunters will have a warning saying, "Monster disturbed birds here!" and they'll go there and check. So you can kind of bait and switch as the monster. Because you know you leave footprints, you could go down a path, then at the end of the path crouch, walk back on yourself and go a different route, and you would totally throw the hunters off. Although that does bring me to the trapper's fun companion, Daisy, who is some kind of, I don't know what it's supposed to be, as a animal indigenous to the planet, I think. So even if you've totally lost sight of the monster and the monster is giving no sound cues, no tracks, etc., Daisy, the trapper's companion, will always have the monster scent. However, it doesn't necessarily go after him the most direct route, and also slower than you trying to, like, you know, rely on your own senses. But the hunters always have that out. They always have Daisy to follow, and you can customize your character somewhat with perks. And one of the perks is like, Daisy finds the monster so and so % faster. So this is me back to where I got trapped as well, and I'm still worried that I'm being followed. There is persistent damage, by the way. The monster can look really, really wrecked when your health is really low down, as you'll perhaps see. But what am I doing here? I've got full armor, I think, so I just need the last couple of things to evolve, and that's why I'm killing these. Yep, the bar fills a certain percentage. If you kill nothing but small fry, evolution is going to take a hell of a long time. If you muster up the courage to kill an elite monster, or find an elite that the hunters have killed, that will give you enough. So this is me I decide, screw it, I'll just try evolving here. If I get caught while evolving, they can do lots of damage to me because I'm stuck. Even if I spend my points really quickly, I still get stuck in a little wait timer in the top right there, so it's like 10 seconds. Yeah, I only got 1 point in charge. That was a massive mistake for this run. If I was playing as that monster again, Goliath, also notes that as soon as I evolved, my health bar went up, my armor resets. So I now need to eat some more if I want more armor. And also, a pop-up on the HUD now tells me where the relay is for me to go smush. So that's why I'm skulking, I'm heading towards it. Now, what was I saying? Oh, if I was to play it again, I would put less points into the rock throw, because I actually find that very hard to see where you're going to aim it, because the HUD reticule of where it's going to get chucked, it's actually very hard to see. It blends in too much with the scenery, I find, so I don't like that power. I'd stick with the flamethrower for sure, it's really, really handy, but I'd put more points into the charge and the leap. So yeah, I would say I find the rock throw the least useful of the bunch. Now this is where the hunters do a little tactic that I'm not keen on, and I actually think proves a little bit of imbalance. Because I'm in my final form, I can take them in a fight, although if you don't go after the medic, that's not going to go well for the monster. However, you'll notice that I've not been getting shot at for a little while, despite making quite a bit of noise at times, like eating and whatnot. It's because they've opted to all just run to the relay. And you think, well, fair enough, they obviously don't want me to get the insta-win of destroying the relay. But what they do is that they litter every single section of the floor with harpoons, which are one of the trapper's weapons. If I go near them, it fires a harpoon into you and kind of gives you a very small movement area until you destroy the harpoon, and multiple can slow you down even more. And also the assault has mines, which you'll see me use in a second. And they just filled every single gap of the floor. There is a finite number of how many you can put down, but in my opinion, it's too high. So as you'll see soon, once I work out where the hell the door is to get into here, it's up this ladder. I kind of use my smello-vision, and you can see all the little dots where there's tons and tons of mines. And that means any little section of that floor I walk on is going to do tons of damage to me and ruin all the armor I collected. But I don't really have a choice, because they're not going to leave the room. And I think, I didn't quite see this happen, but I almost did. I think if the timer, there is a round timer of 20 minutes I believe, if that reaches 0, I think the hunters win by default. I'm not sure if it just is a draw, but the best I could hope for in this situation would be a draw. If they're not willing to leave that room that they've littered with mines that will hurt me too much, I could just run off and stay outside until it times out, but that's no fun. So I opted to try and kind of like sneak around, try and find a door that they didn't mine up, and I do, but then I noticed that their medic is kind of off on her own, and I decided to try and go there, and then just, you're going to see all hell break loose in a second. Also, this didn't break when I first tried to do a normal attack. So yeah, that floor in there is littered with explosives and harpoons, and that's not fair. However, I think the rock throw does actually destroy them, which is why I tried to do it before, but as you saw, it clipped on the door and just exploded. Also, I think I get shot here because one of them snuck around behind me. Yeah, I did. So now they all know where I am, but I still decide to push up here to try and get the medic, who's hiding next to the assault. And did you see how much of my armor I lost there just from touching those mines? The mines are really, really damaging. They're also easy to see, but I didn't have much choice about where to go. Also, there's a glitch where you cannot scale that wall, and you should be able to. In fact, you could just hop up on the pipe. That bugged me as well, but it's just a little oversight. Playing as the monster, as I said as we got started here, definitely intimidating, because you don't have anyone with you. You're just by yourself, and there goes my armor. So now my health's starting to fall. And you're also going to see big mistake here. I was focusing on the assault just because he had low health. That was a bad idea. I also this was just such a clusterfuck, excuse my language, of explosions and fire and death beams. I wasn't sure which beam was the heal beam, and I was struggling to spot the healer. Now, granted, since recording this, I now know, the healer is also the sniper. It's a bit easier to spot them, but even, I mean, I'm watching this back as I'm saying this, except when my monitor went to sleep by accident. Yeah, I struggled to spot the medic. It's also worth pointing out that Daisy will revive people, and I didn't know that at the time. Or, well, halfway through the fight I spot it happening, like right now in fact. Yeah, she just got one of them off, and they come back in full health. That's ridiculous. Granted, if they go down 2 more times they're out, but still. I think I changed my tactics towards the end here and just decided, screw it, I'll just try and kill someone who's on the ground. And since recording this, that seems to be what a lot of people playing as the creature rely on. Yeah, knock them down, but no, don't even risk going after someone else at that point. Just keep on smacking the person who's down, get them, force them back into the dropship, because then you might win. But as you can see, I'm below half health here, so I'm sure you can tell which way this is going to go. I can't hit the relay because they're attacking me, and that person on the floor is about to die. Yeah, Daisy was going for the revive there again, so I just smacked her with a rock, and then I just opt to try and kill the person, so I can at least get satisfaction of killing some players. Although I just realised, I believe I almost pulled this back at the last second. Now the assault is glowing blue there. I'll go into what that means when we get into the next match. I think this is the medic here, so I knocked out the right person, but I'm not claiming that was any kind of tactical decision. That was just, they had low health, so I attacked them. And that was charge, but I kind of missed with it. So there we go, they killed me. I got everyone down apart from the trapper at the end there, so if I'd managed to get her down I might have still won, although when they're down they can still fire a pistol. So that was the first match. That was my first time playing as the monster. Now we're going to see, also apologies for the ice cream van going past the window, this is the start of playing as the hunters, and I am playing as the assault class. This is, I think there was a bunch of new people. So this is how it starts when you play as the hunters, and this is so that the monster can get a head start, because the monster actually starts right where the hunters drop down. So we all are ready here in the dropship. That's me, the big guy, the big bald guy with the, don't know, backpack 40k generator thing on his back. So we can talk a little bit about the assault once we get down here. That's the sniper in the kind of blue with the army hat, and then the person right next to me was the trapper, and at the far side was the support, I think. Did I get that the wrong way around? The one in the white and blue is definitely medic, and the African lady is definitely the trapper because I played as her. Also, look at that, Daisy has a little parachute. I like that. So we're going to see a lot of me playing as this also. I don't need to rush through what he can do. But generally he is the damage dealer. That's what the tutorial video tells you. He's for dealing damage. But I can go over a little bit of what I thought about Evolve as I played it over the weekend, and I think it's a really, really interesting premise for a game. But it's one where you have to have other people. It just wouldn't function with AI in my opinion. I mean, well, fundamentally it might function, but I don't think it'd be as fun. It's also a little weird having to have one person, play as the monster. And I believe you can't team up as a party of 5. You can only team up as a party of 4 to play together as the hunters, and then just play as a lone monster. You can't have someone who on your Skype call, say your friends list, in your same group and have them play as the monster. I guess that must be so you can't like grind easy wins or something in the full game if I had to guess. But anyway, yeah, at the start here, my teammates get distracted and start getting themselves down by fighting with the elite wildlife, or maybe one of them got trapped by the killer plants or whatever. If you wade in the water, there's a chance you get grabbed as well, I think. So I'm off by myself, which is stupid, but the assault has a shield, which means you become invulnerable for the duration of the shield, and that's when you glow blue. So I knew I had that to fall back on if the monster decided to turn around and try and smack me because I was by myself. But I kept moving because we had to keep an eye on where the bloody monster was, and I'm following the blue glow here, which is the tracks he's leaving. But if he decides to crouch, he won't make any of them, so you kind of have to listen for sound cues. You can kind of hear him when he's around you, even if he's sitting still. And if he's evolving, you get a nice big roar. You get a pop-up on the HUD saying that the evolve is happening as well. But yeah, it's a very interesting game. I'm very interested in it. I hope that the full thing will have variety. That's what it will definitely need. As fun as this is, it'll get boring quickly, I think, if there isn't enough variety or enough different styles of monster to play as, say. I'm not sure what other game modes they have planned, but the fundamentals are there for something that's very interesting. kind of building on what the versus mode of Left 4 Dead had. Oh yeah, that's me spotting the monster having a little bit of a nom. So I marked him, and then I started shooting. This is my basic low damage but high range weapon I was using there. It's good for shooting at distance, obviously. And these are my mines, which do a lot of damage, but also the monster sees them like super highlighted, so they're hard to land. And that's it. Oh wait, no, sorry. The weapon I just equipped is the... I don't know what it's called actually. It's a giant taser death beam. Very short range, but also very high damage, so it's great for actually like dealing a lot of damage here to the monster. So I was following him from the wrong side there. The other players, however, have caught him around the corner. So I'm trying to like try and cut him off, but as it turns out, I picked the wrong way, and he ran off in the other direction, which is a bit annoying. Who is that with me there? It's not the trapper, because Daisy would be with her if it was the trapper. Is that the medic that was with me? I'm not sure, but this is the monster trying to evolve into stage 2 now. And as you can see, his health bar along the top there, that's the other person in front of me there dealing damage, and they can't do anything about it because he's stuck in his evolution. So any damage there just is damage he has to take. And he has no armor because he just evolved. So it's only me and it's the support, I think. I'm not sure what his abilities are. The medic obviously has heals. They have a sniper. They also have tranquilizer darts, which if they hit the monster makes them move slower for a little while. The trapper, as I said, has like the dome, which I think is about to get put down in a second here because we have a bit of a brawl. Oh, the cloak, that's the other ability this support has. So there goes the monster. Didn't get trapped. But the medic can heal from a distance, and I think the support can charge health from a distance. I'm not sure. Assault and traps are more my style as far as the hunting side goes. The monster side, well, you saw how I did as that. So this is me and the trapper up front, because that's Daisy following. And Daisy's running off to the left. I should have paid more attention to what Daisy was doing. Oh wait, no, I did turn. Good. Because the monster's, yeah, he's been running on the right, but I like that it shows how long that pop-up's been there for, so you can kind of guess. And I guessed correctly that the monster would be over here, and I can see him scaling the wall in the distance there. Somewhere. Oh yeah, there. So he's got a little bit of armor, the monster, but he's not getting a lot of breathing room to stop and eat stuff, and that's the key to the hunter side. It's a game of cat and mouse, hide and seek I guess, or you could say that. And as long as you keep the pressure on, the monster can have a hard time evolving, and that's the idea. The hunter slowly whittle away his health rather than having straight up fights. And keep forcing him to back off and never get the chance to eat anything elite. But I believe we lost sight of him here, because all my teammates are kind of off a bit back to the left there, and yeah, I'm wandering around. I totally lost him at this point. So this is me just looking at Daisy and following Daisy because I can't even see any tracks to follow. He must have went up here on the right, I just wasn't thinking. I was kind of distracted by wondering what my teammates were doing, and then he went down below here. And luckily someone happened to spot him, the guy at the back. And I found the tracks which lead around to him. So also, I should point out, this is the PC version I'm playing, mouse and keyboard. It will be also on the next gen consoles, I'm not sure about last gen consoles. And the release date for the full thing is scheduled for February 10th, 2015. I'm not sure if that's subject to change or not. There's pre-order bonuses and also some other information on the Steam store page which will be linked below. But other than that, this is an early alpha. Well, it's not early alpha, it's an alpha of a game which actually looks quite far along to me. It's a very pretty game. Very interesting premise, and I'm not really here to share lots of impressions because, as I say, it's not the full thing. It's definitely something I would take another look at come release, but now we are just kind of at the point of you're getting to see a match play out, essentially. So I know that the monster's up there on the right, they're kind of chasing. I'm guessing that the monster is going to come this way, so that's why I ran here to place mines, to either cut him off or do a bit of damage as he ran past. I totally forgot to point out that the left bar is my health. And I can't remember why I lost a little bit. I must have got clipped by a wildlife AI thing going past me. And the bar that appears on the right of the HUD is when I use my jetpack. And I'm not sure if the different hunters have different amounts of boost. I know one of the perks, and it's the perk I'm using here, is like 200% extra jump height. That's super helpful. So I pulled out the big taser death beam gun way too early. I utterly misjudged its range. It's got really bad range. And I'm trying to cut the monster off again here, but I think I once again, get it wrong, the direction he's heading in. He's doing a good... The guy playing as the monster in this match did a really good job getting away from us, considering that we had the pressure on fairly consistently. Me and the Trapper, at least. I think the other two were a bit new. This is us also passing where the relay is for this map. And I believe there's 2 maps in the alpha, or maybe it was 3. This one and one other for sure. There's a snow one, which is nice. Now technically I should have just been giving chase there so I didn't lose him, but I thought screw it, do a bit of damage. Hindsight, me watching myself back, shouldn't have done that. Should have kept the pressure on and chased. Why? Because he had tons of armour anyway. The damage I was going to do was going to get restored from me losing sight of him super quick. So yeah, I made a mistake there by just thinking, oh, I'll get some damage in. Nah, shouldn't have done that. Oh, also the very bottom left is the health bars of me and my teammates. So the medic was not doing a good job. Ah, here we are. Now this is one of the first proper brawls we have, because we've got the dome down, so now the monster can't escape. But we're obviously stuck in here with the monster as well. And he is trying to kill... Who's that up there? That is the... Oh! The medic's in a spot of bother, I believe. So this is where things get interesting. The monster's stuck, so he has to just try and do something. So he's just going after us, and all the smart monsters, i.e. not me, will go after the medic first, because then the other people will just slowly die. I've used my invincibility shield though, so he can't do anything to me. But he's clearly aware of what the assault can do, because he ignored me as soon as I turned blue. So the sniper slash medic is up on the wall there, but I think she does go down. Someone definitely goes down in this confrontation, I remember that. It kind of bloodies us. In fact, someone has already, haven't they? No, very nearly. It's also very hard to revive because the monster can just knock you away, and I tested, if you use the assault's shield you still get knocked back, so you can't use that to get a free revive. Yeah, look, he's doing the smart thing that I should have done in that match where I was playing as the monster. If you knock someone down, you hit them until they die. Now he's on me, so I'm just trying to... Oh wait, no, the wall went down, so he's doing a runner. Smartly. Like, it's not cowardly, he's doing the smart thing. We were still in a position where we could run away ourselves if we needed to, so yeah, he's lost half his health, he has no armour. Definitely did the right thing. Plus, because we lost someone, it gives him the chance to eat and evolve and win. And I'm fairly chuffed with how the latter half of this match goes. Not to bury the lead and spoil things, but you know, just keep watching because it gets really interesting. So I'm putting down mines purely because the Trapper was putting down harpoons. So if the monster was dragged in by a harpoon, it would set off the mine as well. I didn't expect the monster to come back this way, but as I say, once you lay a certain number of mines, it starts replacing your oldest placed one, so there was no harm. That mark above that monster in front of me there means it's one of the elite ones. So they put up a hell of a fight. So the monster was up there, so I'm thinking I'll come round on the right and cut him off. And once again, I picked the wrong bloody way, and I have to end up missing the start of another brawl. Yep, because he's up on the cliff there. And people are getting hurt, because we don't have our healer to save us. Or if we do, the healer's not doing a good enough job. See, I expected the monster to run out there, so I placed a mine. That does pay off, I think, because I'm pretty sure the monster runs there, but not before taking out someone else. So this is just telling me the revive button. This is me testing, can I turn my invincibility on and revive someone? But someone else got them first. Was that Daisy or was that the other player? I think it was the other player. So the monster's about to lose all his armour again, so that's why he's running. And amazingly, he runs out the door I mined. So not only does he lose all his armour, he loses a bit of health permanently as well. So I was chuffed with how that went. And there he goes. I pinged like crazy, my teammate pinged like crazy, and we ran after him. Also, we've been going long enough that the teammate who died is now back in the map. They just get the dropship animation that the match started with again. So this is the monster evolving in stage 3. You get a big roar, you get that HUD pop up, and I know he's around here somewhere because I heard the roar like really close. So I'm just kind of looking around, and I do actually spot him. Yep, there he is, he's evolving. So he has fully evolved, but that means he still has no armour. So all this health damage, that counts. That makes a lasting difference. He won't get it back now. He can't evolve again. Oh yeah, and the dome goes down, but the monster leapt out before the dome went down. And it takes our Trapper a little while to realise how you bring the dome down by yourself. You have to press and hold the button to use it, if you're not sure yourself. So that gives the monster a head start. So what do I do here? I decide to do what the other people did in the match where I was playing as the monster. I'm running for the relay to place down nothing but mines all around it. because I figure I might as well make it a bad day for the monster. Although the relay in this stage, it's easier to get to and chuck rocks at than on the stage you saw me playing as the monster, or the location anyway. So yeah, I'm ignoring the chase because I'm guessing that the monster is heading for the relay. But my teammates don't agree and they actually keep chasing. I can't remember if they chase him to me or if I end up being proven right. I guess we'll see in a second here. But this is me just kind of laying mines. I can't remember the max number you can lay before they start repeating. I think it's something like 5 or 6, but I wasn't counting. So there's where the monster needs to be, so that's why I'm just placing mines where I assume he'll walk, or basically just making it hard so he can't do it. And that's water, and you can't place in water. And judging by where that bird alert was, the monster is heading in this direction. Yep, sure enough, here come the teammates. He's here. Or he's about to be here. So this is me ready to brawl. Yep, they're pinging right there. He's going to hop up over the ledge any second. So now it's on, and as you'll notice, he made sure to eat something elite before he did this, because he's got a lot of armor. Armor degrades slower than health as well. So this is going to be a hell of a fight. He's at his maximum strength. I don't know what he's put his points into. I'm not sure, no. The dome's down, but they didn't really need to put it down because he doesn't want to run at this point. He's here to fight. And this is where things start to get a little bit hairy, put it that way. This is me again trying to turn on my invincibility to revive, but he's ramming into me, charging me. Although I do think I get a revive, do I? No, I get rammed and smacked. Luckily, my invincibility only just ran off, so now I'm taking damage, but beforehand I wasn't. We're getting through his armor steadily. That was also a glitch, that I got hit by his upswing there, because he was nowhere near me. Could have also been lag though. Oh, he's down below, so I know he's going to hop up this wall, so I'm placing more mines to catch him. Yeah, there he comes. And he set them off, and it took out, look how much armor that took off. Also gave me a challenge. But now I'm about to die. Look how far he knocked me. And also there's a giant toad there that was going to grab me. So I'm hiding up here because I know he's coming after me. Luckily I had my shield ability, so I was just using it to run away. He's just going for like the downs now to try and kill us all. And unfortunately my jetpack ran out, so I couldn't get up onto the ledge. Where'd he go? Alright, he went behind me. Yep, and this is me down, so when you're downed you can fire a pistol. And luckily he gets distracted killing the other player, so while I'm here Daisy comes and revives me. And I think my decision here is what saves me, at least in the interim. I opt to run away. And you might be thinking, well why? Why don't you just fight it? Because one-on-one with the monster at stage 3, the monster will win every single time. So I need to run for 40 something seconds until the drop pod arrives, and then my teammates get respawned. Because if I go down now, we lose. So what I'm doing now is purely to keep the game going. So I'm in this, it's like the tables have been turned. The monster is now the hunter and I'm the hunted. I need to make sure he doesn't kill me for half a minute. If he kills me, he wins. If I die 35 seconds from now, I win, because my teammates will be back. It doesn't matter if I die. But he decides to do maybe the smartest thing. Maybe. I think if I was him, I would have kept on trying to hit me, because I think eventually he would have done enough damage that he would have succeeded. He's opted instead to damage the relay, so he's forcing me to go try and stop him. Destroying the relay takes about 35 seconds, but if you take any damage as the monster while you're doing it, you no longer get to hit it. So this is me just saying, oi, you're not allowed to do that. Get over here and fight me like a giant mutant freak. And that's exactly what he does. My teammates are back now though, so if I die, it's fine. So this is me just at the point where I'm just having a rumble now. And he is dying. He's on about almost at half health, maybe just now getting to half health. And my teammates are almost back, so I'm just deciding to place down some more mines. Now unfortunately, there's a little bit of a hiccup coming, and I think it just happened. Yep, the trapper put down the shield dome to trap the monster in. I was just outside it, so I'm stuck outside, and bullets don't penetrate, so I'm useless now. I can't fire in at all. I'm trying to do this here. I'm trying to get the laser gun in, and then I tried the normal bullets, but you can't. So I just have to watch as my teammates fight with the monster. So I opt to throw down a few more mines because there's nothing else I can do. But I can't help at this point. So the monster is doing well. He's got 2 of them close to death again. Oh, but he got harpooned into my mines there. Yeah, and he made the mistake of going after me. I think maybe he knew he was going to die at this point and he just wanted to kill me because he knew that I cost him the victory. But I had my invincibility shield and then he tried to run away. There's the round timer in the top right, top left as well. As you can see, that death beam weapon really effective against him. He does seem to be trying to come after me, do you agree? I mean, I felt like he was really specifically coming after me, and I think that's because I cost him the win. If I'd let him, or if I'd stood and fought, he would have killed me. And if I hadn't have stopped him getting the relay, he would have won. So that's twice I screwed him over. And there we go, the monster is dead. So this has been a let's look at the alpha weekend for Evolve. It's definitely one to watch if you are interested in asymmetrical, rather unique multiplayer only. I assume it's multiplayer only anyway. Yes, it's very interesting. And it's being made by a studio that has a history here. Left 4 Dead 2 did versus mode well, in my opinion. It's one of my favourite parts of Left 4 Dead 2 actually. So yeah, Evolve is one to watch. It's a little while out until it's out now, so I would keep an eye on it, see how it grows, and my only concern is variety. So if you are on the fence at all, definitely wait to see just how many different perks, how many different monsters, how many different skills, how many different maps and game modes and whatnot the full game has, because that's the only thing I can see being an issue, especially if this is going to be a full price AAA release, which I assume it is. But yes, with that, and as my final round score finally goes away, you'll see a map which shows, I love this by the way, it shows the tracking, it shows where all the players were and the monster and how everybody's health was at the time. That's a really nifty feature. But yeah, this has been Evolve. My name has been Flik. Thank you very much for watching. Please like the video if you did indeed like it, and check out the link in the description box below if you want to learn more about Evolve. See you next time. Ta-ta for now.